A very long time ago, in a faraway place, see, this is how you begin stories like this, was a young woman, Mary. Mary was a very good person and had her eye on a man named Joseph. In fact, they were going to get married. Woohoo! Life was a little complicated as they planned their wedding. They were trying to find a venue for the wedding that would allow for their family and friends. It was the time of COVID, though, and that meant being creative with planning. They kept cutting down the guest list as they realized that with the latest mandate, they couldn't have a big crowd. It wasn't easy, and they got frustrated at times. Otherwise, it was just dandy. One day, an angel walked down the street, looking at a tablet, talking to himself. Okay, this looks like Nazareth. I need to find Mary. Let me see. Whoa, just how many Marys are there? Okay, here we are. Engaged to Joseph. The angel practiced what he had to say. Greetings! Do not be afraid. Hello, Mary. Hello there. Guess what? This just in, Mary to have baby. Suddenly, Mary walked by. Startled, the angel blurted out, Mary, you're going to have a baby. Mary stood there dumbfounded. What? Wait, what? Baby, God's son, Savior, Messiah. You've got to be kidding. Not only are you not wearing a mask, you are way too close. Don't you know there's a pandemic? I'm an angel. I can't get COVID. Back up, Buster. I'm an angel, and you're going to have a baby. What? Wait, what? Yes, God's son, Messiah, Savior. Do not be afraid. Wow. About 9 months later, Joseph sat down with Mary for a serious chat. Mary, I know this isn't the best time, but we've got to go to Bethlehem. What? Bethlehem? Yup. Bethlehem? I know, I don't get it. I don't. Caesar decided he wanted a census and everyone has to go to their hometown to be counted. Seriously? The emperor knows there's a pandemic, right? Travel restrictions? Yeah, I don't think he cares. When do we have to leave? Pretty much today. I meant to tell you sooner. Honestly, Joe, how long is it going to take? I figure about 4 days, probably. Maybe 6 or 7. Might want to grab your Skechers. And my maternity belt, my belly band. Fine, grab some extra face masks and hand sanitizer. Bring some Lysol too, and toilet paper. It was a long, arduous trip, and Mary and Joseph were exhausted. Just before they reached Bethlehem, they took out their masks, made sure their filters were in place, and put them on. The cacophony of the crowded streets was overwhelming. There were children scurrying about, people weaving in and out, trying to avoid each other. Vendors held up their wares in gloved hands. There were people in masks and people without masks. Mary and Joseph looked at each other. Welcome to COVIDville. Nighttime was falling, and soon the streets were deserted as people made their way to their hotels, motels, and RD parks, recreational donkey parks. Vendors closed up their kiosks, and it suddenly felt far safer to be out looking for a motel. Mary and Joseph found that most of them were full, which is a relative term because of the social distancing. Some only took in people with proof of a negative COVID test. There were even a couple of signs that said, "No masks allowed." Go figure. They finally came to a small inn. They were weary and hoped they finally found a place to stay. To make matters worse, Mary was in labor. They knocked on the door. The innkeeper warily opened the door a bit. Yes, do you mind taking a few steps back? Sure, why aren't you wearing a mask? My inn, my pod. Okay, well, do you have any rooms? My wife is about to have a baby. No, I do have a stable out back. You can make a pod with the animals. Relieved, Mary and Joseph made their way to the stable. They looked around. Cows, sheep, a sleeping cat. Sleeping cat in the corner? More sleeping cats? It seemed safe. They began to remove their masks until the smell of the stable hit them. They stopped, laughed, and took the masks off. Joseph took out their Lysol and sprayed around the stable. It would kill the coronavirus and make it smell better. They settled in, fluffing the hay. Not long after, Mary had the baby boy, Jesus, which is not as easy as it sounds. They wrapped him up in some cloths and laid him in the manger after wiping it out. In the hills outside of Bethlehem, there were shepherds tending their flock. Being outdoors and away from people, they wore no masks. They were enjoying the star-filled night when suddenly a choir, it might have been an ensemble, could have been a quartet. Anyway, when suddenly a choir of angels appeared. They were quite noticeable due to their dramatic entrance. The shepherds scrambled to put their masks on. The angels began to sing a joyous song. "What are you doing?" The angels looked at each other questioningly, proclaiming, "I don't think so." "What?" "COVID, remember? No singing." "On top of that, you're not wearing masks. Haven't you heard the mandate?" "We're angels. We can't get COVID." "How do we know you're not carriers? How do we know you're not just asymptomatic?" "We're angels. And social distancing, be respectful. You're in our bubble." Moving back, the angels mumbled, "But we're angels." The shepherds looked at each other, shrugging. The angels, lowering their voices, looked at each other. "Never mind the fear thing. Evidently we're not as alarming as we used to be. We're here to tell you about the good news of the baby born in Bethlehem. He is Christ, the Messiah." Cool. Okay, guys, this is a joyous thing. Isn't it nice to have good news in this time of COVID? You should be cheering. The shepherds cheered. "Woohoo! Tell us more! Ooh! Exciting!" "You'll find him in a manger wrapped in cloths." "Whoa, that's excellent." "You should go check it out." "What do you think?" "I think we should definitely go. I mean, angels. Probably should listen to them." "We really do need to share the news. Let's wait till after we see the baby, just to be safe and avoid any crowds." "Yeah, smart. All right, well, let's get going. Everyone got your hand sanitizer? Don't forget the wipes." The shepherds ran off and headed for Bethlehem when the angels called out, "And masks! Don't forget your masks!" Mary and Joseph watched the newborn Jesus lovingly as he slept. Startled by a rustling outside the stable, Joseph quickly rose and grabbed their masks. They put them on as the shepherds came around the corner, careful to keep their distance. Mary greeted them. Hello?" Excited at the sight of Jesus, they responded, "Hi, we're shepherds. This is Steve and Mark and Bert, and yeah, we're just all shepherds. A bunch of angels told us to come see your baby." "Oh? Is that him? Is that him? Oh, he's so cute. I want to hold him. Let me hold him. Can I hold him? Oh, he's adorable. Can I hold him? Can I? Oh, he's adorable." Mary glanced toward Joseph before she turned her attention back to the shepherds. "So, angels, huh? Was it a choir or an ensemble? I mean, I only had one visit me." "No mask." "I know, seriously." "Said he didn't need one, being an angel and all." "That's what they told us." The shepherds paused and watched the sleeping baby. "So, he's the savior." "That's what I'm told. It's a little overwhelming." "You can handle this. You're awesome." "We're supposed to spread the word about him. Thought we'd wait a bit, beat the crowds." "You could go ahead and let everyone know. Just don't be specific as far as where they can find him. Something like the Savior has been born, the Holy Child of God." "But we're not telling you where." "Works for me." So the shepherds left and spread the good news while maintaining social distance, and Joseph sprayed the entrance to the stable with Lysol. Now, after some time, that means we don't really know for certain how long it was. There were some wise men, astrologers. Sometimes they're called kings. We're just going to call them Magi. Anyway, they were brought before King Herod. Herod wanted to know more about the baby. He was well aware of the prophecies surrounding Jesus' birth and that he was the Messiah. He wasn't too happy about the whole thing, so he called the Magi. "There's rumor going around about the birth of a baby thought to be the Messiah. Would you mind checking that out for me?" "You're not wearing a mask." "What?" "Mask. You're not wearing one." "I'm the king. I don't have to." "You should. Don't you care about your subjects?" "Of course I do, but I'm the king." "Whatever, but you should be wearing a mask." "Sure, we can go in search of the baby king." The Magi gathered their servants, gifts for the baby, camels, and bling masks. They embarked on their journey. There was a bright star literally glowing in the east. It seemed to call out to them as they decided to follow wherever it led. They came to the end of their journey and found the home of Mary and Joseph. Mary and Joseph decided they needed a house if they were going to stay in Bethlehem, because it would be awkward to raise a child in a stable. The Magi hurried up to the house, full of excitement as they knocked on the door. Joseph wore his mask as he opened the door. "Hello? Is this the home of the baby of Jesus, Messiah?" It is. Could you put some masks on?" "Oh my gosh, oh so sorry. Oh goodness, we don't have it. Oh, where are they?" Embarrassed, they hurriedly put their masks on. "So, what can I do for you?" "We want to see the baby." Angel tell you about him?" No, actually it was Herod." "Ooh, bad." "Who are you?" "Magi." "I'm Chuck, and this is Bill and Bob. Sometimes we're called wise men. We've also been called kings." "I like wise men. Magi, just call us Magi. There's some Magi here who want to see Jesus." "Magi? What's a Magi?" Mary brought the baby out, and the Magi bowed in worship.
"We've brought you gifts: gold, frankincense, myrrh, toilet paper, sanitizer, wipes."
Mary and Joseph were overcome with joy. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Just leave them on the steps." "Can I hold the baby?" "Seriously, everyone thinks they can hold the baby." When the wise men left, they were warned in a dream to not go back to Herod, so they took the scenic route home. Mary pondered all of this: the shepherds, angels, Magi, or whatever they were, and her sweet baby Jesus, holding it all close to her heart. She whispered to herself, "I'll be so glad when this COVID is over so I can go out."